Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Bienvenidos a mi canal. As you guys can see by the title, we're doing another Valentine's Day look. It is very different than the one I previously uploaded because it is a Valentine's Day look, which is very different than this one, but it's still gorgeous. But for today's video, I did want to do something totally different than the other video because I know some of my girls might want something more neutral to your eyes, but yet a bold lipstick. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you guys don't want a bold lipstick but still love that neutral eyes, then you guys can change the lipstick to a more neutral, softer brown. That's totally up to you guys, but I wanted something more bold, you know, stand out on my lips. So I hope you guys like it. Let's get ready so you guys can look gorgeous for Valentine's Day. Before we start though, don't forget to like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe down to my channel. Hit that bell ring button so you guys can get notified every time I post a video for you guys. Alright, so let's get started. Gonna start out with our eyes. I always start out with my eyes after I do my eyebrows. By the way, yes, I already did my eyebrows. I do my eyebrows before I do my home makeup. They take longer, especially cuando no me los he hecho, because literally they need a touch-up. So yeah, if they're looking a little rough, it's literally because I haven't done them. I'm actually really bad when it comes to doing my eyebrows, like going to get them done. I don't know why, pero se me pasa el tiempo and then I'm like, oh wait, yeah, my eyebrows are super bad. And then when I'm trying to do a tutorial, I'm just like, girl, why haven't you gotten done? But anyways, yeah, you guys are gonna have to excuse me. Like, van a ver pelitos aquí, so because it's pretty closed up. So yeah, if you guys see that, just ignore it. So for my eyebrows, I did use the usual. The first product is from e.l.f. is the Clear Brow and Lash Mascara, and the second product is the NYX Lift and Snatch in color black. So moving on to our next product, we're gonna be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'm gonna be putting this all over my eye. I'm using this to prime my eyelid, and then I'm just grabbing my Camo Concealer and I'm just tapping this. I'm making sure I'm bringing it here on the inner corner of my eyes, and also just bringing it out on the outer corner, because as you guys can see, we do bring that brown all the way up. So make sure you guys are putting your concealer all the way on top here. For our palette, we're gonna be using this palette right here. This is the Torres Beauty palette in collaboration with BeautyCreations. It's such a gorgeous palette. So for today's look, we are gonna be sticking with the neutral colors. First eyeshadow we're gonna start with is this one right here, which is called Oaxaca. I'm grabbing a little bit and throwing that axis. I'm gonna start by just tapping that where I want it to go, which is all the way here in my crease, bringing it a little bit down here, and I'm gonna start blending that out once I have it in circular motions and also in wipe shield motions, you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever used his palette, but it is very pigmented, so a little does go a long way with these eyeshadows. Making sure you bring it in the inner corner right here, and then we're gonna start pulling that brown up, going towards our eyebrow. Browns are super easy to play with because they are easy if you are starting out with makeup, because you can mess up and it won't look that bad as if you will start out with color. Grabbing a little bit more, and I'm just bringing it from right here, kind of like closer to my lashes, and just bringing it upwards. So just continue doing that until it's pretty well blended. Once you have that blended in, we're gonna grab a little bit more of that same color, and we're just gonna tap it down on that outer corner of our eye. And once I have that, I'm gonna start blending it again here in the crease. Make sure you guys are not forgetting to bring it all the way up here, because we do want it to look like this, kind of like a cat eye. So make sure you guys are blending it upwards. So once you have that pretty well blended out, we're moving on to our next eyeshadow. For our second eyeshadow, we're going to be using this one right here, which is called Under My Skin. And I am grabbing a brush that is flatter on top but still fluffy, just to be more precise in that crease. We're going to start blending this in right here in that crease, and making sure we are pulling this color out as well. This color is such a pretty color. It really goes with any eyeshadow, honestly. I love all his browns that he put in this eyeshadow. It's such a beautiful combination for it. When you guys are blending this out, make sure you guys stay in that crease. You don't want to bring that color all the way up. You want to stay within that crease, you guys. Grabbing a little bit more and putting some here on the outer corner and bringing it up, just as we did with the other color as well. The only difference with this color is we're just keeping it on the crease. So once that is blended in very well, we're gonna be grabbing a brush just like this one. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It came with the palette I had, but it is a fluffy blending brush. I'm just gonna start blending the outer part of this eyeshadow, making sure everything, you know, is pretty well blended in. You don't want any harsh lines there. This brush has no color. It's just to blend everything very well. Next, we're moving on to our other eyeshadow. We're going to be using this one right here, which is called Barcelona. By the way, I did put my finger in there. Can you guys tell? I need to be more careful with my palettes. Grabbing a flat brush because I'm going to be putting that eyeshadow right here on the eyelid. And we want to bring this eyeshadow all the way right here to where that brown stops. Just start building this color up. It is a little light, but once you build it up, you guys, it looks so pretty. I feel like the camera doesn't do the justice on this color, which is called Barcelona. It is such a pretty, like, soft pink, like gentle soft pink. It is so pretty, especially for Valentine's Day. Next, we're gonna be using this color. This one is called Chimal. I hope I'm saying that right. And I'm gonna be putting this right here only on that outer part of my eye. I'm bringing it up a little bit, not a lot. Really gently, you guys. Just circular motions. By the way, I did grab a pointy blending brush for this. Just really gently start building it up in circular motions. Once you have that very well blended in, we're gonna bring it right here outwards to make that V line. Make sure everything is like very well blended in all together. Grabbing my blending brush one more time and just making sure everything is very blended in. I'm gonna grab a little bit of both of the lighter shades that I use, which is Oaxaca and Under My Skin. And I'm just gonna put a little bit here on the outer part. I just want to make sure those two colors didn't disappear because of the dark brown that we put. Voila, we are done with our eyes. We're moving on to our face. By the way, I have like a pimple growing right here. No sé si lo puedan ver, but it looks so bad. It's been a while since I had a pimple. If you guys see that, ignore it. We're gonna go ahead and prime our face. Since we are gonna be going out for Valentine's Day, we want to make sure our foundation, our concealer, all that good stuff stays and doesn't move around. First, we're gonna start out with this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. This is my fourth or third time trying it. I have been loving it so far. I did try it last time I went out for my friend's birthday party, and I absolutely love how it just kept my makeup. It didn't move around. Like, I really loved it. And also my foundation, my concealer, all that good stuff looks so moisturized, and I really loved it. So I'm gonna keep using it because I have been loving it so far, but I will keep you guys updated to see if I end up loving it as much as I think I do. For our second primer, we're gonna be using the Marsh Mellow primer. You guys know I love this primer, and I'm not that type of person that likes primers that have fragrance on it, just because my skin is pretty sensitive. But this one, I'm loving it. Like literally I love it. When I smelled it, I was like, oh, I don't know about the fragrance, but it's really good, you guys, especially if you guys are like me, are pretty sensitive to fragrance. This has worked amazing for me, and I really thought it wasn't, but it's really good. It leaves your skin so smooth. So moving on to our third primer, we are going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Grabbing a little bit, and I'm just going to put this on my nose and right here where I have those pores. I heard so many good things about this product when it came out, and ever since I bought it, I'm obsessed, you guys. Like I really am. I can't see myself not using this product when I go out, like on a date night. So next, I'm gonna be moving on to my NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and I'm just gonna be putting this where I have that darkness, which is right here, and also around my mouth as well. Moving on to our foundation, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. So I'm just going to go in with my foundation brush, and I'm just going to blend it in. This foundation is full coverage, so I literally put a little bit and just start building it, because I have made the mistake where I put a lot and then I'm like, oh wow, I look pretty cakey. So I do start little by little with this foundation. So we're gonna go back into our e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'm gonna be using this concealer just to highlight all those places I want to brighten up, which is right here, also around my mouth, here on the forehead, also right here in the nose. Grabbing my Camo Concealer sponge, and I'm just gonna start blending this in. And be careful when you guys are putting that concealer right here, because you don't want to mess up all that nice blending. I'm gonna go in with a cream contour, which is from Clinique. This is their chubby stick, and I'm just gonna use this for the side of my cheeks right here, and also on my nose. I'm gonna be blending my nose with the e.l.f. sponge. And then for the side of your cheeks, make sure you guys are blending it upwards, not downwards. You always want to make sure you are blending it upwards. And then I'm putting a little bit here on my forehead and just start blending that in. It blends in so easily, you guys, like en un 2x3 literally. So next we're gonna move on to our powder. I'm gonna be using the one I always use, which is the Airspray Translucent Powder. And I'm gonna be using this powder to set my under eyes, but I always go back in with my e.l.f. sponge just to make sure everything is blended in before I completely set those under eyes. Grabbing some of that powder and just pressing it down, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of that and just go around my face just to set everything in place. So next we're gonna be using a bronzer. I'm gonna be using the Butter Bronzer in Sunkissed Bronzer. Grabbing a little bit of this and just putting it right here on the side of my cheeks. I love this bronzer, you guys. It has like a glowy tone to it. It is so pretty. I'm gonna put some here going down towards my temple, a little bit here as well. I'm gonna go back to the Torres Beauty Face Palette, and I'm gonna be using the blush that comes with that. Just gonna be putting it on the side of my cheeks as well. Make sure you guys are putting some blush right here on that temple going upwards. I'm gonna grab a big fluffy brush and just mix everything well. Make sure everything is mixed in beautifully. So we're moving on to our second powder. This one's from Morphe, and it's the Bacon Set Setting Powder in Banana. I'm just going to be using this just to clean the side of my cheeks and also my nose.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so I already went and put on my lashes. By the way, it's super dirty here. A foundation, so ignore that. But I already went and put on my lashes. They're really cute. I forgot to show them which ones I used. So I used these lashes right here. They're from RDL in the style Demi Wispies. I'm just grabbing a brush and just removing all that excess that I had of the powder. Next, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade Plus Light. I'm going to be using the bright side to brine my under eyes even more. I'm just going to grab my e.l.f. sponge. I'm grabbing a little bit and then just tapping it a little bit on my hand just so I won't get so much. And then literally just tapping it down here just to brine those under eyes even more. For my highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Torres Beauty Face Palette. And I'm going to be using this gold one right here. Alright, so moving on to lipstick, we are going to be using a pretty dark lipstick. Now, if you guys don't want to use this lipstick, a good brown tone lipstick will go for this, or even a pink lipstick will be really cute as well. But I really want to use this dark lipstick. I think it will be so pretty for Valentine's Day with this look. Since my eyes are pretty neutral, I want to wear a really bold lipstick. So this is the one I'm going to be wearing. For my lip liner, I actually changed it to this one. I'm going to be using the NYX lip liner in Nutmeg. And I'm going to be using this just to line my lips. And then for my lipstick, I'm going to be using this Huda Beauty in Vixen. I even feel like with this lipstick, since it's pretty dark, it brings out the eyes even more. Last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and just set my face to make sure all this makeup lasts for the entire night. I am going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This is the final look right here. I did a little bit like kind of like wavy hair to go with it. It looks super cute, especially for Valentine's Day. Try it out. Let me know what you guys think, especially with that bold lipstick. Like I said, you guys don't have to use that bold lipstick. If you guys don't want to, you guys can use something, you know, more softer. But if you guys want to use a bold lipstick, go for it because it will look beautiful. The camera definitely doesn't do the justice on how gorgeous it looks. But that was it for today's video. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.